I'm all smiles, darling. You'd be too if you knew, darling, all the smiles were for you. Hi, everybody. Ally Waldman here, back for Sunday with Ally for September 23rd, 2012. Welcome to the Barbra Streisand Videocast. And yeah, I'm smiling. I'm smiling. I think you're smiling too. I think we're all smiling because this has been one heck of a Barbra week. And I think we're just on the beginning of the Barbra Bliss Blitz. That's what I'm calling it because we are going to be in bliss and she's going to be in a blitz. She's going to be everywhere. This week alone, we had Barbra singing, we had Barbra going to events, we had Barbra calling into shows, we had Barbra going backstage, getting photographed. Barbra Blitz. And it's only going to get busier because Release Me is coming out next week on vinyl. And then we've got the Katie Couric show coming on. And then before you know it, there's going to be the concerts. As a matter of fact, as I speak to you today, it is only 18 days until I will be seeing Barbra in Brooklyn. 16 days for those of you who are going to see Barbra in Philadelphia. So this is the Barbra Bliss Blitz. And as I've told my friends on the phone and I've told people through emails, enjoy it, folks. Enjoy it. We are some of the luckiest fans in the world because most divas, most people of Barbra's ilk, after 50 years in show business, are not spending their 51st and 52nd year mapping out future plans for lots of movies and lots of records and lots of product. We are the most fortunate fans. And I know a lot of you think that I'm just a cockeyed, happy girl who just loves all this stuff. But I'm warning you and I'm telling you, we're lucky because Barbra is everywhere. So let's start with what happened this past week, okay? Starting with Tuesday, the Juilliard School tribute to Marvin Hamlisch. Now, a couple of very, very fascinating things came out about this. First of all, Aretha Franklin, Liza Minnelli, Barbra Streisand, all on the same stage, all performing in the same night, in the same place, all in tribute to the late Marvin Hamlisch. That doesn't even include the other people that were included in the show. I just want to concentrate on those ladies right there. That was amazing. Part of the performance was leaked out. I'm sure some of you have heard it. Barbra sounded magnificent. Her spiel, her talk about Marvin was touching and sweet and lovely. It wasn't at all maudlin or sad. She sang a pitch-perfect version of the way we were. She slowed the tempo down, really caressed the words to give it new meaning. When she got to this part, and it's the laughter we'll remember when we remember, and she changed the lyric to the way you were. And she sang it to the photograph of Marvin. She also sang new lyrics to the song Through the Eyes of Love. And the new lyrics were wonderful. If you go to barbaraarchives.com, Matt Howe put up the new lyrics that were written for Through the Eyes of Love, which really were about friendship and really sort of described Barbra's feelings towards Marvin as he was always her friend in need, always there, someone she could always count on, and that he always, looked at her through the eyes of love. And I think one point that came out from this event, which I had not been aware of, and maybe you guys hadn't been aware of either, Terry, Marvin Hamlisch's widow, spoke at the event and said that this whole tribute was Barbra's idea. Barbra called her the day after Marvin's death and said she wanted to give him a great send-off, she wanted to sing for him, and she wanted to do something special. And when Barbra said she wanted to do it, that's how people like Aretha Franklin and Liza Minnelli were brought into it. Also, Yitzhak Perlman and Michael Feinstein, and there was the cast from Chorus Line. Rupert Holmes was there, who was working on a project with Marvin. Lucy Arnaz was there, and Robert Klein from They're Playing Our Song. There was a lot of celebrities there. A lot of celebrities were in the audience as well. Barbra closed the show, as you know, in keeping, she is the biggest star in the world, and she was fantastic. Then afterwards, there were photographs backstage. She was photographed with Aretha, photographed with Liza. She looked wonderful. She looked vibrant and alive and in great spirits. She looks like she's definitely lost some weight for Brooklyn and for the whole concert tour. And I know that some of you truly worry about Barbra's voice and if she's going to sound as great as she has in the past. What I heard on this recording was that she sounded fantastic. She is really an excellent, excellent voice. Some people speculated that maybe she's been vocalizing, maybe she's been working out. I don't know. All I know is that she sounded amazing, and I can't wait to hear her in Brooklyn. Yes! So, another thing that happened this week, just the day, a day or so after, I think it was the day after actually, Richard J. Alexander, who's co-directing the concert tour, went on QVC. As I mentioned last week, he was going to go on QVC to talk about Release Me, Barbra's new album, which is coming out this week on vinyl, September 25th, and then October 9th on CD. And he was there to promote it, and also as the bonus, if you bought it through QVC, the bonus was a DVD, which we saw a few clips of this week. Barbra recorded it in her home a few weeks ago, where she talks about each one of the songs on the album and kind of make reference to why it was never put on an album in the first place, or where she was at the time. Very interesting comments. Barbra is nothing if not extemporaneous. I mean, when she talked about Home, she didn't talk so much about Home as a song or the recording or who was engineering it or who was producing it or anything like that. She talked about the fact that when she saw The Wiz, which is where the Home comes from, Tiger Haynes played the Tin Man. And Tiger Haynes had been the guitarist at the Bonsoir when Barbra first started out. So in her kind of, mind, when she talked about Home, she talked about Tiger Haynes. Now, you and I might have preferred to hear something more about Home, but that's Barbra. That's what makes her quirky and funny and interesting and why we love her. So anyway, a couple of those clips are already online. If not, watch for them probably to turn up online, but if you want to order one copy of the CD through QVC, for $19.99 you get the bonus DVD, and the packaging is really, really nice. Great picture of Barbra from Lazy Afternoon with the long golden floss hair, as somebody likes to call it. And another thing that happened this week is that they released another one of the songs from the album on SoundCloud. If you go online, if you go to the Barbra message board, the Barbra News message board, you can get a link to hear Try to Win a Friend, which is a country song which had been earmarked for Superman album. Excellent, excellent song. Interesting concept for a song, and really beautiful rendition by Barbra. I know last week I kind of hinted at Release Me and how good it is. I'm still holding off on giving you my review until everybody has it. I don't want to preview too much, but it's a really good album. That's all I'm going to say. I'll go into more detail in future Sunday with Ally. Now about QVC, there were two sections of Richard J's performance. There was the early 7 o'clock input, which was okay. But the really cool one was 12 noon when he was on, because Barbra called in. And Barbra talked about how much she really likes this album, that it really turned out well. She also made it pretty clear that there was enough stuff in the vault that there's probably going to be a Release Me 2 and a Release Me 3. So for those of us who were disappointed that Release Me didn't turn out to be a box set, I actually think this is better this way, because now if they stagger the release of the other Release Me's in between other Barbra product, and we know she's going to do a duet album, I can tell you for certain she's going to do another Broadway album. She's probably going to do the soundtrack. Well, we know she's going to do the soundtrack for Gypsy, because she is going to do Gypsy. She is doing Gypsy. And then there'll be the DVD and the CD for the Brooklyn concert. So that's 4 albums. And then you put in the Release Me's. That's another maybe 6 or 7 albums. And that's all in the future. So it's all good. It's all good, guys. It's all really, really good. Because there's a lot of great stuff on Release Me that we have now, that there's going to be even more great stuff. As a matter of fact, I learned from Matt, who's already seen the liner notes, that both Can You Tell the Moment and The Smile I Never Smiled, 2 songs that we believe were going to be on Life Cycle for a Woman, or Between Yesterday and Tomorrow, whatever you want to call that album that the Bergmans and Barbra and Michel Legrand were doing way back in the 70s, that never got completed. Those 2 songs, Can You Tell the Moment and The Smile I Never Smiled, will be on Release Me 2, because it says so in the liner notes of Release Me 1. So that's more happiness for all of us. If we could just be a little patient, okay? Just be a little patient. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention about the QVC thing, when Barbra called in, she mentioned that she's aware of the fact that a lot of this stuff has been out, like the YouTube has How Are Things in Glockamora, so she decided, you know what, it's time to, let it go. And actually, what's really great is the version of How Are Things in Glockamora, Heather on the Hill, that's on Release Me, is not the bootleg version that we've been hearing on YouTube all these years. So when you get the album, when you get the CD, listen for that. I'm also happy to say that when Barbra called into QVC, she mentioned that she was on her way to a women's heart health luncheon, thrown by Ron Perlman, honoring Barbra for her efforts with the Women's Cardiac Research Initiative that she's been, spearheading for over 5 years now. And she was honored in New York. They named the whole week, or the day was, I think, named Women's Heart Health Day, something like that. One of the things that happened at that luncheon, the editors were there for ladies' magazines like Ladies' Home Journal, Cosmopolitan, Good Housekeeping. And I think we're going to see in the months ahead is there's going to be stories about Barbra in those magazines, probably tying into Guilt Trip, probably tying into Release Me, definitely tying into this event that she was at. I guarantee you she probably gave a few minutes to each one of those editors, and there will be stories. So that's more stuff for us to watch for. Another little interesting fun thing that happened at the luncheon was Deborah Messing, the actress from Will and Grace, who's currently on Smash, has always said that she loves Barbra. And apparently she got up her nerve, she got the chutzpah to approach Barbra, and she had a playbill, or a program rather, from Funny Girl, one of the out-of-town tryouts, probably Philly or Boston. And she asked Barbra for her autograph. And Barbra said yes. And as Barbra looked through this program, she mentioned, she murmured the phrase, happy memories. So like Barbra, and she autographed it, and Debbie Messing told her, I'm an actress because of you. So that was a really sweet thing. It's nice to know Barbra's had this profound influence. And here's another funny thing that happened this week, since we're doing a little name dropping. Bette Midler, who I find hilarious and who I think is really great, Bette's got a movie coming out at Christmas time called Parental Guidance, a very Focker-esque looking movie with her and Billy Crystal as grandparents who are left to take care of their grandchildren, but the parents don't really like the way they care for the kids. Anyway, Bet in a very funny way, tweeted this week about parental guidance and made reference to Barbara, and this is what she wrote. So Letterman is begging me to come talk about Guilt Trip, Barbara's new movie. Said yes if she comes to talk about mine, parental guidance. I think that's hilarious. First of all, I'm glad to hear that Letterman is after Barbara to talk about Guilt Trip. Hopefully the people who are booking the show will get the information straight. And I really, really do hope that Barbara does some nighttime shows this time around. I think Letterman, Leno, Fallon, Kimmel, I think she should be on all those shows. I think she should go on Politically Incorrect with Bill Maher. I think she really should get out there and do some circulating, because people need to be aware of what's going on. They need to know about the Guilt Trip. They need to know about the concerts. They need to know about Release Me. And Barbara is hilarious. I mean, just calling into QVC, she was adorable. And the preview of Katie, which is now going to be on September 25th, is hilarious. She's wonderful on it. She is in the studio. She's sitting right next to Katie in front of the live audience. It was apparently taped on the 19th. She's wearing a short black skirt with long black boots, a white shirt with a tie, very Annie Hall kind of look, very Esther Hoffman kind of look. And she looks great. She's got the long blonde hair parted in the center. She wasn't wearing her glasses. She's been wearing the glasses a lot. By the way, folks, the reason that she's wearing the glasses, she needs them. People wonder, as you get older, you need your glasses. See, I need my glasses too. You know, I wear contact lenses, but I still need my glasses for reading. This is just the way things are. As you get older, you need your glasses. So it's not really a fashion statement. It's just that, you know, the eyes get a little weaker and you need your glasses. Anyway, I digress. The point of the matter is there's going to be a lot more stuff about Guilt Trip coming up. We're very close to getting that trailer and the poster. I heard from a very, very good source that Paramount does not want Barbara to mingle her promotion for Release Me with her promotion for Guilt Trip. They want it to be two separate things because Guilt Trip isn't coming out until Christmas and Release Me is coming out now, and they want separate promotion. So Barbara is doing Guilt Trip promotion that we're not going to see until later on this fall. Okay? Okay. By the way, Gypsy is still on. I guarantee it. I know I said this over and over again, but there are still doubters out there. Gypsy is definitely slated for 2013. Do not fear. Do not worry. It's coming. Now, I do have some other stuff to report. I wanted to tell you all one more time about the Barbara Memories book. Thank you, everybody who's been ordering it. I can no longer take any pre-orders for the book signing. I've ordered all the books I can for the book signing. But if you still want to come to the book signing on October 12th at Jerry Ollinger's Movie Materials Store on 35th Street between 7th and 8th Avenues between 2 and 5 o'clock on Friday, October 12th, please come. You can meet me. You can meet some other fans. I won't have any extra copies to sell, but you can look at the book. And if you look at the book, you might decide you want to buy it. And if you decide you want to buy it, this is where I want you to go. Go to thebookpatch.com, order Barbara Memories. All you have to do is go to the search thing on top, type in Barbara Memories. It will bring up my book, and you can order it directly from them. They're shipping books out now. I've heard from a couple of people who've already gotten their copies. So far, so good. Everybody's very happy with it. I'm very excited. By the way, for those who don't remember, this is the book. Here we are. Here's the pages inside. Glassy photos. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I hope you all want a copy. I'm very, very proud of it. I'm very proud of the way it turned out. Last week I mentioned it was Rosh Hashanah, and I got together with my family, and it was their first chance to see the book. And they were all very, very pleased, excited, proud of me, impressed. And I think anybody who's a Barbra fan will want this book. This book is really special. I can't wait to give copies to Barbra. I'm very, very hopeful that I'm going to get to do that. But I don't want to jinx it, but I'm very, very hopeful. And certainly I can't wait to see you guys in New York at the book signing so that I can sign the book for you. We could talk about Barbra. You could see how it turned out. And I'm gonna meet people from all over the world. I know there are guys coming from France and Greece and all corners of the world who are coming to New York for the concerts, and they're going to come to the book signing. So I'm very, very excited about that. And I cannot believe that Brooklyn is just around the corner, just 18 days away. I mean, I'm starting to get a little, verklempt, as Barbra would say, talk amongst yourselves. No, seriously, it's going to be wonderful. It really is. I've been reading some stories about the Barclays Center. It sounds fantastic. I'm anxious to see everybody turn out. I don't know what, I'm going to have to do something at the arena so that people will be able to find me who don't necessarily go to the book signing, because I really want to meet you guys. You are the people who are making Sunday with Ally a regular thing, and I'm so happy that you guys are tuning in every week to watch my webcast, because, I'm doing this for you and for me and for Barbra fans all over the world who are enthusiastic and happy and excited about what Barbra's up to. By the way, Barbra also did a little politicking this week. She wrote an excellent editorial on the Huffington Post about why her choice for president is Barack Obama over Mitt Romney, and I have to say I agree with her. But politics aside, folks, it was really well written, very, very well supported. Barbra did her homework. I don't know how she finds the time to write editorials in between everything else she's doing, but more power to the lady. She really is quite amazing. Quite amazing. I mean, I don't know what she's taking. I wish maybe I can find it and take it myself. Maybe it's the chocolate donuts that Marvin Hamlish was bringing to her. She mentioned that at the event, the tribute to Marvin, that one of his jobs when he was the rehearsal pianist for Funny Girl was to bring everybody coffee. And since Barbra didn't really drink coffee, he would bring her a chocolate donut. Only his assignment was to bring her one chocolate donut, but he always brought her 2 chocolate donuts. And as Barbra said, that was when a love affair began. Because the way to Barbra's heart is clearly through her belly. And speaking as a lady who's done her best to lose weight over the years, I can relate. By the way, did you notice I'm wearing Barbra Burgundy today? Yes, this is a little Barbra Burgundy action, because the very main event look, don't you think? Oh my goodness, it's 23:07. I can't believe how much I blabbed. This is fun. That's the problem. It's too much fun. So I'm going to say goodbye for now, but I'm going to hope you all come back next week for your next edition of Sunday with Ally. I hope you're going to all go to the Book Patch and buy Barbra Memories, order your copy. I'm very, very proud of this book. I'm proud of the way it turned out. I'm proud of my friends Stephen Baxter and Todd Sussman who helped me create it. I'm proud of everybody who contributed to it. And for those who didn't make the final cut, thank you anyway for sending me in your submissions, because you gave me so much to choose from, and that made the book better. Trust me. So until next week, this is Ally Waldman. I'm going to say goodbye for now. This week is also another Jewish holiday, Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, the day we atone for our sins. I will try to atone for mine, and I'll be back next Sunday with a brand new edition of the Barbra Streisand Webcast, Sunday with Ally. And until then, at 24, I'm going to wait till 24:24, and then I'm going to say goodbye, because 24:24 is a lucky number. It's a Barbra number. There we are. Bye-bye.